But what is it you think that blocks people from making money the most? Is it mental? Is it an emotional thing that blocks them? What holds people back from earning more or making more?
Well, I mean, one of them is whatever you hate or you don't respect, you're not going to get. So if you don't respect rich people, you're not going to be rich. If you don't respect people who make a lot of money and you always talk trash about them behind their backs, you're not going to be that person. You're just not. If you admire somebody that's a great executive and an earner and recreating themselves, then guess what? You'll eventually make that money. So, you know, money and success is not attracted to people that talk down to them. Just like anything else, they're not attracted to you. They want to be respected. Money wants to be respected. Not loved, but money wants to be respected. It wants you to say, you know what? I respect what we can do with money and how much power you can bring to my family. I respect it. What do I need to do to get more of it?
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Jayyduty here. Change your self-image. Your self-image is a reflection of how your life is going to look like, dog. How you feel about money, how you feel about relationships, how you feel about the world is what you're going to attract. A lot of people be like, well, Jayyduty, bro, I've been doing manifestation for like a year straight and I still haven't got anything. That's because you're looking at manifestation as a ritual and not a lifestyle. You have to change your self-image, meaning that you have to see yourself with the money that you desire. Now, let me tell y'all something, right? How do you admire millionaires? How do you admire billionaires? Okay, because a lot of people, they hate on billionaires. Oh, you got to be evil. Or in order for you to become rich, you got to be evil. You don't want that type of perspective on the wealthy, bro, because that says a lot about how you're going to be wealthy. Okay, I met 2 millionaires in my life so far, right? Matter of fact, it was more than 2 millionaires. The admiration I have for them, the rooting for them, bro, I literally cried hearing a millionaire talking about how he made over $1 million coming from a place like me. You know, he was poor. He grew up in a place where he lacked a lot of things. He just grew up poor, bro. How are these people growing up poor but still making millions of dollars? It's not because they're talent. It's not because God made them better than you. It's because they had the audacity to show up for themselves even when they don't feel like it. They seen the vision. Yeah, they was doubted by their friends and family. Yeah, they felt some type of way about their business, but they had to keep going. As long as you just keep going and you have more audacity than your emotions, then this is where you're going to build your future. But you have to keep going no matter what. Change how you view money, okay? Don't look at the wealthy people like they're evil. Don't look at billionaires like you got to sacrifice kids. Like you got to sacrifice a lot of things to get to that position, because that's not the case. All you have to do is just think bigger. Your imagination is your creation towards reality. So your imagination is creation. So the more you think, the more you start to build your future, okay? So your imagination and your real life is in your head. You have to think bigger. Stop consuming and think. A lot of people, the reason why they stuck is because they so busy consuming content, consuming women, consuming clubs, consuming drugs and alcohol. You so busy consuming instead of creating, and this is why you feel the lowest version of yourself. If you want to become the best version of yourself, you got to detach from the things that make you feel bad about yourself, that's holding you back, that's making you poor, that's making you this type of guy that you don't want to be. You have to build, okay? You got to see yourself going hundreds of days without masturbation. You got to see yourself going hundreds of days with no alcohol, with no drugs, with no women. You want to isolate yourself because you see where you're going to go in the future. In the next 5 to 10 years, you know you're going to become rich. You know you're going to become wealthy. You know you're going to live that life that you desire. But you have to put in the work. You have to detach yourself from the things that's holding you back. Stop focusing on women. Stop focusing on clubbing. Stop focusing on things that doesn't matter. Stop focusing on the unnecessary. Stop doom scrolling. You killing yourself. Stop killing yourself and build your future. Now you probably like, well, Jayyduty, bruh, how do I build my future, bruh? Get off social media. Stop doom scrolling. That's the #1 step if you want to build something. Get off social media. Focus on your thoughts. Your imagination is in your head. Your real life and how you create your life is in your head. Why you think these higher ups, they keep distracting you with social media? They keep distracting you with new platforms. They keep distracting you for new videos. Like, why do you got to see a lot of baddies on your For You page? This is why you deal with a lot of, like, addictions, bro. It's because of social media, right? They give you these things. They give you the new designer clothes that you would like to see. And then you buy the new clothes, you buy the new shoes. And then, my nigga, you log on to the website because you just don't know how to control your sexual energy. Like, it's killing you, right? So take a break from social media and think. We just need you to think. Just think about what you want in your future. Think about building something in your future, okay? That's what I need you to do, okay? So that's the number one step to actually build, okay? Focus on your thoughts, because your thoughts is a preview of life coming attraction. So you have to focus on your thoughts, okay? Imagination is creation. A man is what he thinks. What a mind can believe and conceive, it can achieve, okay? So focus on thinking. Just focus on thinking bigger. Just take at least an hour break from social media and just think. Just think, bro. Just think. You start to become more creative. You start to act towards your goals. A lot of people be like, well, Jayyduty, bro, how do I stop procrastinating? Like, I see myself being a millionaire. No, you don't. Because if you seen yourself being a millionaire, then you wouldn't be procrastinating. What is procrastination? What? Saying you're going to do something and not doing it? That's your definition of procrastination? Okay. So whatever you say you're going to do, do it. And whatever you do, say it. Literally. You got to affirm positive beliefs about yourself. You got to tell yourself, I am powerful, I am consistent, I am a millionaire, I am dedicated, I am focused. You got to tell yourself them things, bro. A lot of people say, oh, but that's just being delusional. You have to be delusional. You have to believe in a delusion. You have to have this self-belief about yourself. Stop thinking you're weak. Stop feeling like you're weak. Because the reason why you're feeling like you're weak, because you think you're weak. You don't have to think like that about yourself. And if you think like that about yourself, that will become your reality. Until you start changing things up and start thinking positive about yourself. I am rich. I am handsome. I am in better shape. I am just wealthy. I have a girlfriend. I have kids. I'm living a perfect life. I'm building my future. That's when your reality is going to start shifting. But you have to believe in the delusion. You got to stop believing that you are not good enough, because that's what your reality is going to look like. Change your perception about money. If you go clock into a 9-to-5 and save money, that is the 1% right there. You are doing absolutely good. Right there. Go clock in, save money, build money. Don't be spending money on a lot of things that doesn't matter. Don't be spending money on chicks just to get their validation, just to get their number. If you got to spend money on a girl, you absolutely lost her. You instantly lost her. You immediately lost that girl. She would never take you seriously. You putting females in a position to where they shouldn't take you seriously. You cannot buy happiness from a girl. You just can't. You cannot pay for a girl for her to like you. It's impossible. Fellas, you got to focus on building your future. You got to focus on starting a business that will matter in the long term. And that's the secret of wealth. It's just keeping your head down, staying focused, staying dedicated. While everybody distracted, you're going to keep going. While everybody feel like they waiting, you're just going to keep going. When everybody feel like they just not good enough, you being delusional, and you thinking you in a penthouse, you thinking you already got the millions of dollars, you thinking you already just wealthy as hell, your mama's retired, those are the ones who's going to attract the reality, because they are delusional. You have to be delusional. Be delusional enough that a motherfucker will feel insecure if you tell them about what's in your head. But next time, don't ever tell nobody about your big dream. If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. Anyways, fellas, I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.